Now that I've shared with you these 8 tips, let's talk about how to incorporate these into your dancing so you get the results you want. Begin to incorporate these tips into your everyday practice and your everyday class time. Type these out. Have this list with you, and maybe in a class, think, okay, for this class, I'm just gonna work on this tip or just these 2 tips on smiling and having active posture. And for that class, you just work on those 1 or 2 things, okay? I suggest that you spend some time, some good time with each tip. If you try to work on everything at once, you're gonna overwhelm yourself and you won't get as quick of progress as you would than if you just focused on 1 or 2 things at a time. Okay, so don't feel that you have to work on everything. Maybe spend a week, maybe spend a month and just focus on that one detail until it is so ingrained and until you feel so comfortable with doing it that you don't have to think about it anymore, and then go on to the next thing. Okay, you don't have to overwhelm yourself with everything at once. I know we talk about multitasking, and I think wish we were like that, but we're really not. We can only most effectively work on something, one thing at a time. So don't try to approach everything. Maybe you can consider, what are your top problems right now? Like, what is something that's very, very obvious in your dancing? Maybe start there and then work your way backward, starting with something that you're really bad at that you need to fix right now, and then maybe progress on to things that aren't so bad, but that maybe can wait until you've already mastered the things that you have a really bad problem with, like distractions or with your arms and your hands, okay? So start there. And I would recommend also that you shift your way of thinking. I know a lot of teachers teach that, okay, let's work on the choreography and then let's add on the smile and add on the emotion and all of that later on in the process. I would encourage you to begin to incorporate these things into your practice and have some awareness of these already in your head when you begin to learn choreography. I feel that it's better when it's an integrated part of the process rather than an afterthought. When you don't include this in your practice and in the learning choreography process, that there's precious time that is lost. And so if you wait to add these things in on the very end, then you're only spending this amount of time on getting that together, when you could have been spending all of this time. So that means that when you are finished working on your choreography, you're going to be that much better of a performer. Performance polish adds so much and is such an important part of your overall look. It doesn't seem fair to relegate it to just the end of your process. You see what I mean? So make sure that even after you're getting comfortable with the combinations, say you're breaking down your whole choreography into combinations and only working on those combinations to sharpen them up, start adding in those rehearsals and practices where you are keeping that awareness on your arms and your hands and on your smile and on your posture and on those details, okay? And you're gonna see a much greater result when you are finally able to perform it. You have put in much more time into those skills, the skills that in performance really count the most. With a little practice and incorporating all these tips into what you're already doing, your practice time, you're gonna see such a big difference on stage.